Hey everyone, how's it going? So it's time for another draw and color video, and in today's How to Draw and Color, I'm going to be showing you how to draw and color Biollante. Now if you guys have more characters that you'd like to see me draw and color, definitely let me know. I don't always make a bunch of these because they do take a while, but I'm hoping to have some more time and start cranking out more of these videos. So I hope you guys follow along and enjoy this video today. Now to start off with drawing our Biollante, we're going to begin with the eye. So we want to start right about here, and we're just going to make a little line that's going to go down, and then it's going to come back in a check mark shape. Next, we're going to make a little line that's going to curve up. And then I'm going to make a couple little curved lines underneath here. Right above here, I'm going to make some little lines that go up and down for some little points by the eye. Now starting here, I'm going to make a little line that's going to come down, and I made it a little bit bumpy to kind of add some texture on there. Next, I'm going to bring this line back to right about here, and then I'm going to stop. I'm going to draw a line that's going to come out to a point, and then we're going to curve it around. Then I'm going to make another one here that goes out to a point and then curves around for those little kind of tusks or even teeth that he's got sticking out, or she. Then we're going to add some little curved lines right around here. Next, we're going to make a little line that's going to go out, up, and then down. I'm going to draw a little line that's going to go down, and it's going to come right to here. I'm going to make a line that's going to go up to a point, and we're going to curve it around. Then I'll add a couple little curved lines right around here. Next, I'm going to make a line that's going to go out. I'm going to bring it down, and then start to bring it back for the mouth. Bring this line down, and we're going to come up to here. Draw a little line that curves up for that back of the mouth, and then we're just going to put a few little lines inside of there. Next, we want to add the teeth on Biollante. So to do this, we're going to add some really long, sharp teeth. He's got a lot of really long, pointy, sharp teeth all along here, so we're just going to fill the whole mouth up with these sharp teeth. Now, starting back here, I'm going to make some lines that go out, and then they're just going to come down a little bit. And then right down here, we're going to draw some little lines that are going to go down, and they're going to curve up. This is just to kind of show where there's like some bends and breaks in here for the neck. Now right along the back here, I'm going to add these kind of broken lines as I curve this down. And then I'm going to make kind of like a long, kind of bumpy line that's going to go out and it's going to come down. Now on the back here, we're going to kind of add these spikes. They're a little bit similar to Godzilla spikes, but they're also a little bit more plant-like. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make these kind of wavy, bumpy little lines. They're just going to go up and down. They do kind of almost look like little pieces of lettuce that were turned into spikes. So we're just making these kind of wavy lines, kind of like with the Godzilla spikes, make them a little bit bigger as they get farther down the back, and then they can slowly kind of start to get smaller as they make their way down. So we're just going to make some of these little wavy lines here. I'm going to put some smaller ones in here as well, just for like some little bumps, just to add some more texture in here, just to show there's more spikes. Now, starting over here, we're going to add some of like the little roots and like the big vines that are coming out of Biollante. So I'm going to begin right here, and I'm just going to make kind of like a bumpy line that's going to go up, and then it's going to come down. I'm going to bring this line up, and we're going to curve it around, and then we're just going to bring it down here. Now on these little vines there are these little mouths. So to do this, we're just going to draw a line that's going to go out, and we're going to come down, and we're going to bring it back. Then we're going to make a line that's going to go out, we're going to go down, and then bring it up. Next, we're going to bring this line up to here. I'm going to add a little curved line. I'm going to bring this down, and then we're going to bring it back up here. We really don't want smooth lines. It's going to look a lot better if we just kind of make some really jagged, bumpy lines. So we're going to bring this line down here. Now starting here, I'm going to make a little line that's going to go down, and I'm going to go over, and we're going to make some little kind of bumps and points that comes back up. I'm going to make some more out here, just some more kind of little jagged, bumpy lines. And I'm going to make a few more over here too, just to kind of show where it's almost like some little roots and everything. Now starting here, let's make another line that's going to go up, it's going to come down to here, and it's going to start to curve up again. We're going to bring this line up, and we'll take it all the way up to here. We'll make a little line that goes over and up, and then we'll bring it back. And then one that's going to go out, up, and then we'll bring it down. Next, we're going to make this kind of bumpy line. It's just going to come all the way back down. And we're going to bring it to here. Then we'll add a couple little lines, and we're going to bring it down. Then we'll add another little line back here. Now starting here, I'm going to make another little line that's just going to be kind of wavy, like this. Little line's going to go out, and we're going to make that same kind of little mouth shape again. And then we'll just kind of follow the same curve again. Now starting here, I'm going to draw a little line that comes to here. We're going to go up and just kind of curve it around. We'll make another one of those little mouth shapes. Then we're going to bring this line up, and we'll just kind of curve it back down. Now inside each one of these little mouths, we want to put some little sharp teeth. So we're going to make some sharp teeth on the top and the bottom of each one of these little mouths. So we're just going to do that on each one. Now I want to come in here and work on like the stomach. Biollante's stomach is always kind of like glowing. So we're just going to add some different little shapes in here. So I'm just going to make some little kind of rounded shapes, nothing with pointed corners. And we can make them different sizes, and we want to leave space in between each one. Almost like it's kind of like a netted look. So we're just going to make these little shapes in here. You can make them different sizes, you can make some smaller, you can make some bigger. There's no right or wrong way to do this, just as long as you don't let any of these shapes touch. We want to leave all this space right inside of here. So we're going to do this all the way along here. And we're just going to go ahead and fill in a few more right around here as well. I won't go any farther than out here. Now I'm just going to make some more kind of long broken lines on here. And a few more right along here as well for some detail. Then I'm just going to add a few more little lines around here just to kind of show some details. Now that we have our basic shape of Biollante, we want to come in here and add some of the different details. So in adding details, it's all about making broken lines. So I always like to add broken lines right around the mouth and the jaw, and even right around the eyes too, and the top. I'm going to add some extra little lines right along here. And we're going to put some along these long vines too, just long broken lines that just add a little bit of detail. We'll add some more little lines here. And just a few up here as well. I'm also going to add some different little lines coming up on the spikes here as well, just a little bit of texture and detail. And you can even add some little kind of bumpy sections in here too, just to show there's a lot of texture in here. And there you go, there is your drawing of Biollante. Now that we have this done, then the next step is to show you guys how to color all of this. Now to begin coloring our Biollante, we're going to need a variety of colors, and I'm going to go through these colors as I talk to you guys. So let's start off with the eye. I'm going to use my Y107, and this is just a nice bright yellow color. So I'm going to take this, I'm just going to color in the eye yellow, just like that. Now let's start off with the body. Once we're done with the eye, we're going to need a variety of greens. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to start with this G554. This is a nice kind of dark green color. And what we want to do is we want to hit some of the bottom parts of Biollante with this green. So I'm going to come through here and I'm going to get all these kind of like wrinkles and underneath the jaw. I'm just going to color the bottom of them with just a little bit of a line. I'm also going to do the top of his mouth, just kind of like that bottom part of the top. We'll also do right around the eye too. That really makes that yellow stand out. You can take this green and do some of the backs of like the wrinkles and some of these little lines here. And I'm going to do some of these extra little lines right around here. And I'll darken up this area here. Now I'm also going to color the bottom of Biollante with this green. I'm going to color in more of this, kind of where like the roots and everything are. We're just going to go in here and just kind of color some dark areas. I'll go up some of these lines too, just to kind of bring some of that dark color in here. And we're just going to kind of fill in some of these areas here with this dark green. I also want to get the bottom of these little vines too. So we're going to do the bottom of the mouth, and we're just going to go ahead and do the whole bottom of the vine in this dark green color. Now, once we're done with those vines, I'm also going to come in here and just do a little bit kind of around like the stomach area. Just do a little bit of dark green right around there. And I'm also going to just kind of get the bottom of these spikes back here. We're just going to kind of hit the bottoms just a little bit, just to make it a little bit darker. It's going to kind of balance out some of that color. Now, once we're done with that, I'm going to come in here with this G335. And what I'm going to do is this is going to be just a little bit of a lighter green. And we're just going to kind of come in here and color right on top of some of that dark green that we did. We're going to kind of fill in most of this with this dark green color. I'm also going to get the top of the mouths of these little vines too. And make sure when you're doing this, you're coloring right on top of that dark green that we put down. This is going to be kind of like our middle shade of green. So we're just going to come in here and really hit all these areas with it. I really want to make sure that I color on top of that dark green so I can kind of blend these colors together. So we're just going to get all of these here. I'm going to bring some of these lines up a little bit.
And we're just going to kind of get all of these vine areas here. Now we're also going to want to get this part of the mouth. I'm basically going over any areas that I touched with that dark green color. So we want to hit the bottom here too. Kind of fill in the jaw area. We want to color over this neck area too. I'm going to bring this green right around here on some of these darker lines too. And we're going to get back here as well. We'll also get the spikes too, and right above the eye. I'm also going to start to color these little spikes with some of this green as well. I'm also going to come in here and just kind of get some of these little lines in between all these spots that we have on the stomach. So just going to kind of get some of these little areas. Now once I'm done with that, I'm going to come in with my G515. This is going to be a lighter green, and I'm going to really color on top of a lot of these greens that we blended in. I'm not filling up the whole area with it, I'm just kind of laying down another shade of green on there, just so we can have lots of different shades in here, and we'll kind of finish off with a little bit lighter green. So I'm still making sure I'm coloring over all those green shades that I put down. We're doing this so we get a nice little blend of colors on here. So we're just kind of making sure we're coloring over everything. These Biollante markers look really good for blending, so you want to really just kind of go right on top of all these colors. So we're going to get here, we can do some of the spikes as well. And it's really good to make sure that you go over all the marker, because that really helps it blend and it doesn't make it just kind of pop out and look like it's just not touching. These really make it work together really well. And I'll bring some of this green into here too. Next, I'm going to come in here with this G503. I'm working dark to light. So this is going to be like one of our lighter greens. And I'm going to start filling in all these white areas of Biollante with this. And once again, I'm just coloring over all those other shades of green so I can really blend all these colors together. So you just want to hit all these white spots with this green in here. Now, once we're done with that, I'm going to come in here with this G915. This is kind of more of like a yellowish green, and I'm just going to color over the whole thing with this yellowish green, and this is just going to kind of give him a little bit more of kind of like a natural color in here, not so bright and everything. This is just going to kind of darken everything up just a little bit. So I'm just kind of hitting some of these spots with this real fast, and it's not going to change it too much. It's going to give it more of like that yellowish green color. And just kind of really gets more of like Biollante's actual color. So we're just going to kind of fill in everything with this. Now let's move on to the mouth. So I'm going to come in here with my R213, and I'm just going to go and color the top of this back part of the mouth here. And then I'm going to come in with my R502. This is my light pink, and we're just going to fill that in. For the tusks, I'm going to go with my Y611. This is like a dark tan, and I'm going to color right across the bottom of each of those little tusks. Then I'm going to come in with my Y900. This is a really light peach color. We're just going to fill those in. Now, one of the last things we want to do is we want to color in these spots here, and these are going to be kind of like a glowing color. So I'm going to start with my R107 or any kind of red color that you have. And what I want to do is just color with a little line right along the bottom of each of these. So we're just doing this, we're going to do a gradual glowing effect. So go ahead and just kind of do the bottom, and I'm kind of doing the right side of each one of these as well. Now once you're done with that, you want to use an orange. I'm going to go with my Y505, and I'm going to color about half of this, or a little bit more, with this orange. So about half to 3/4 of each of these with this orange. And I really want to make sure I'm coloring on top of that red. We're doing this gradual glowing effect. So we're going to go from like a red to an orange to a yellow. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm going to take my yellow, or my Y107. We're just going to come in here and add some of our yellow in here, and we're just going to color over everything. And this gives it a really cool glowing effect inside the stomach. And now when you're all done, you have this awesome picture of Biollante all colored. We got some really cool green shades in here, and then we did this really nice glowing effect right inside of here. And there you go. If you guys have requests for more different Godzilla Titans that you'd like to see me draw and color, definitely let me know in the comments, and I'd be happy to try them for you. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.